Sharon Riegie Maynard here, and since we have lots of time on our hands, I thought that I would read my book to you. Not a bedtime story. My book, Remembering Earth Mission, from the Ancient Ones, Keepers of Galactic Secrets. This book was published most recently in 2018 by Lemon Tree Press out of Seattle, Washington. The dedications for my children, my treasures, and my most wonderful teachers: Elizabeth, Teresa, Jennifer, Michelle, Andrea, Diana, Donald, Carolyn, and David, and Noel, Keith, Matt, Josh, and my grandchildren who have revealed the joy of life: Sarah, Alex, Alyssa, Asher, and Leaf. My most sincere thanks to Connie, who saw the mission of this book back in 1995 and made its initial publication possible. Gratitude to my many students over the years who caused questions to emerge. And through that quest, my unfoldment occurred, which made this publication possible. It is a trilogy, the first being this book, Remembering Earth Mission. And I dedicate the trilogy to those who have lost so much in the patterns of global greed and violence. I speak of those lost in the World Trade Center, to the families who were forced into refugee camps, from those martyred for their stand to those gunned down in public places, those living as victims of the most deprived. They are showing the rest of humanity that the seeds still exist among us within our energy fields of destruction. May we remember that we are all one with a common intent to take back our planet and our lives. And much appreciation for those who stepped up to be my beta readers. What great ideas you all had. Your input has made this story richer than it would have been before your read. A bird does not sing because it has an answer. It sings because it has a song. Maya Angelou. Introduction. Before birth, many of us accepted a mission to return knowledge of divine identity and Earth mission. My gift for this task, telepathy, the ability to hear teachers beyond Earth with clarity. At first, I used their guidance to raise my children. After a time, I realized my childhood beliefs were limited. I wanted more, and it was to those teachers that I turned. After years of deep spiritual conversation, I asked a question that turned my life on its head. Where can I go to learn the cause of humanity's pain, its ongoing pain, and remove it? Their answer: that information is not on the planet. If that is what you want, we will have to teach you. For over 20 years, spiritual teachers took me to unseen worlds and into long buried situations. The purpose? To identify the beginning seed that prevented peace and to remove it. I got far more. We live forward and understand backward. I was given one small piece of information at a time. Many concepts were contrary to what was being taught, and some made no sense. Like Pam in this book, I found that applying the concepts proved their value. Reading this book, you will be exposed to ideas through timelines, piece by piece, like I was. Some may make no sense until you are further in the book. Be patient. One idea at a time is how I was directed to share with you. In my work as a mystic healer, I have the assistance of incredible spiritual guides and teams. All intentions are to assist individuals to identify and remove the cause of their fear and sabotage. We do that to restore individuals to their souls, a harmonic, and earth to her divine mission. And we begin. Next chapter. Crippling the Sons, S-O-N-S. 35,000 years ago, Homo sapiens. Driva stormed into the nursery. His velvet robe spread out behind him like the wings of an enormous bird. The click of his heavy boots shook the room. He bellowed, and those in the women's quarters trembled and cowered. 3-year-old Bera's eyes flew open in fright. He cowered behind his mother's skirt. As his mother tried to stand guard, Driva slapped her face, pushed her aside, and swooped up in his father's large, rough hands. Bera hung in midair. Hearing the cries of his mother begging to hold him, Bera was frozen, not daring to breathe. As quickly as throwing off a piece of clothing, Driva dropped Bera into the arms of his manservant. Gathered his clothes, his bedding, boomed his father. He will be staying with the men from now on. Get him away from these soft, weak women. And Bera watched in terror and confusion as his mother pleaded and wept. The servants scurried to gather his things and quickly tie them into bundles. Driva bellowed, commanded, and stopped. His father's action so shook the walls of Bera's heart. Listen for the next chapter.